Advocate Arthur Marara is here for that. He's an attorney, an author, a transformational speaker, corporate events director of ceremonies, a brand ambassador, and a law lecturer. Energy vampires, that is what we're talking about today. Good morning.
And guess what? The vampires, they come in various types. Today we're actually talking about people vampires.
All right.
People vampires. But just to recap for those who missed the earlier parts, which I think we did 2 weeks ago. But you see, one of the things that we've been told nowadays is, we need to preserve energy, my battery is solar, that language, because of SIDC. But majority of the times, no one tells us to preserve our energy levels at a personal level. Okay, Vikendi, you need to watch out. Your energy levels, are you not draining too fast? And one of the things that many people have been ignoring is their levels of energy at a personal level. Have you ever gone through your phone where there's a notification that this application is draining energy way faster than any other application? That's the same that happens with people.
True say.
In your life was just some form of application, not productive whatsoever, but they are rapidly depleting your energy levels. What you want to okay, but now one, which is why we need to be very, very careful in terms of managing energy. And it requires us to get to a point where we need to learn this thing called energy vampires. We want to identify them. Last time we did 2. I'm just going to do a recap of the 2. Then we finish off the other 2. Then we tell each other how to boost your energy, because these things are so real. So we talked about the people vampires. Number 1, my drama magnets. I think we talked about my drama magnets. Because have you ever noticed one life would thrive on drama?
True.
Drama, they are not so unwell. But when they create drama, they are so alive. That's why one of the biggest things you need to be very, very careful about in Zim is save data rako, especially if you're in Zim. Waste data rako, precious data on my drama queens, drama kings. Why? Because these are people who thrive on actually doing lots of drama. So how do you spot a drama queen? Number 1, these people, they actually thrive on creating emergencies. They also thrive on creating chaos. But they just come in because they thrive in chaos. And some of them, they even exaggerate more problems. Next thing, it has already been blown out of proportion. So we need to be very careful about that. Because drama kings, drama magnets, they thrive on intensity. And they often want to pull more people into the whirlwind. So and the next thing, guys, papi. These are drama kings. These are drama queens. So these people generally, one is my drama magnet. So why is it that they drain you? Because a false sense of urgency is very deadly, because it actually triggers your stress response. That's why I don't like people who actually come to me every time everything is agent. Majority of the times, one is agent, it's self-created. So you need to be very, very careful when someone is saying it's agent. Because they expend energy, they take away energy from you, and majority of the times, they don't also want to solve their own problems. And these people, they want usually to be solving their problems. So we need to be very, very careful about that. Common example of my drama magnets. I'm saying, Mambona Gucci, Muna, a simple email. I'm exchange, I mean. You get copied to everyone, including the people who have nothing to do with the conversation. Because some people, they thrive on drama. My marriages, but not one I'm married to my drama kings and my drama queens. Papangon's South are short, or others are going to be big. Pangon's Ningi, you need to be very careful, because I'm not perfect, by the way. Why? Because if you don't do that, you're finding yourself going to be in trouble because of these drama magnets. And the next type of people who are energy vampires, you need to be very, very careful about. These are called chronic complainers. There are people who wake up every day, nothing to be grateful about. They look for everything wrong. And be careful about those people.
No, chronic complainers.
Chronic complainers.
Okay.
And I think one of the things that I find with chronic complaining is pessimism. Generally, they look for a dark spot when they watch it. They don't have time to be grateful for the rest of the things that are actually right. They want everything that is actually wrong. So, majority of the times that we find with these people is they are simply focusing on problems, not solutions. And these people, they complain about everything. They complain about the weather. They complain about the road. They complain about the rain. They complain about the traffic. Everything is wrong. And by the way, people who are pessimistic in nature, you need to be very careful, because that energy is very, very contagious. That's why if you spend time with people always complaining, chances are high you're also going to find yourself complaining.
True.
That's why it's very, very important to be very careful who do you allow in your life. So one of the things that I actually do, the moment I notice your status and energy, I delete your number. I don't block you. I delete your number because I don't want to see it. Because you see, I think you've noticed this pattern where you open a particular status, you see, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. Because the energy that is bringing, it's actually deadly because it's draining energy from you. Why? Because many people, even in the jokes, you can still sense that this person is seriously a chronic complainer. So we need to be very, very careful because complaining is very contagious. And negative energy, it really rewires you. I think I talked this story about this guy. And the next thing, this guy says, no, I'm not going to jump, etc. Then they sit to this guy to listen to his story so that he can talk him out. And they actually say 15 minutes later, both of them eventually jumped. Because energy is contagious. So we need to be very, very careful about that so that you don't give energy to those people who are generally negative. But remember, my chronic complainers, they are at every level. They can be workmates. They can also be family. If you ever notice, the family is not doing some sort of one, quite a two. One.
Just one.
Every time I'm not magarada rumba when you mean. But one arukonzris. Ka hotspot. Ka hotspot. So you need to be very careful about my hotspots in a family setup. But every time that ningi, and it becomes a pattern. And majority of the times, one. So be careful to know this person, this is who they are, and also respond correctly. That's one of the biggest things. This is the reason why you need to be able to know these things. Then let's talk about the third level. Yema people vampires, energy vampires. The energy black hole. The emotional vacuum. Or if you can't.
The energy black hole, the emotional vacuum.
Let me say this. Every time I go phonera, they want an emotional dustbin. Weekend next time every time I don't know what to do, my friends. Every time they call you, they are dumping emotions. I want you to be very careful about the people in your phone book. What do you talk about every time? Do they even have time to check on you? Or they want to dump something on you? So majority of the time, don't forget I'm being caring. Sometimes they're actually subjecting yourself to abuse. I mean, I also want this scenario by weekend you call me just to check on me. I think they are seeing someone. Why? Because the moment you begin to do that, they are literally abusing me. If you need therapy, very cool. When we therapy, so I'm not saying don't tell me problems, but it becomes a problem weekend when it's so systematic that every time I want to phone upon anything, it's problems. I don't mind weekend which are problems when I give you an invoice. Because that moment I know napindam level basa. You know what I'm saying? But can I tell you to my friends, it can't be friendship, which is biased on one side, where it's only me who is receiving the negative.
I think this is also a lesson. If you're listening, maybe you have your friends, you do the same thing. All the time you have a friend, or that's the only time you pick up the phone. You may actually have, real problems, then just check yourself.
No, and it's not my problems. But I'm thinking, why is it every time you call me, it's predictable? So that moment, the moment you begin to do that, every time you're calling me because you want something from me, you become an energy black hole. You're threatening my energy. Also, not notice every weekend before you go on air. One of the things that you need to do, my rituals, is to start phone yako zvodaro. Postponing a message, wipe out all the inspiration. Can I miss the call? Pays a piece. They said miss the call. What they call missed call. You dread calling back certain people because they are energy black holes. And you need to begin to understand that. Could also put my boundaries weekend. And I think that let's also balance. Value people who check on you weekend. Hi Candy, I'm just checking on you. Answer anything, answer phone number, answer the next opportunity. I'm just checking on you. How are you doing? Right now, majority of us, we don't even have people who check on us. They just check on our statuses. But remember, checking on a status is not the same as checking on me. Because it's the status that triggered you to check on me. But checking on me weekend, deliberately. Not even a WhatsApp call, direct call. Just checking on you. That level, that is priceless. No, it's fine. I don't want anything. Just wanted to check on you. Let's value that. Don't be an emotional and energy black hole. Because Vazara, my black holes. And right now, when I wonder, my black holes. Church, primary school. zamkona ndakufonera it means hakuna chakanaka. Imagine when I identify zvakadaro.
And I thought you had to observe statements.
So you need to be very careful about these people. Because a number of people, when everything is functioning in their life, they don't need you, Vikendi. They don't need you. They don't even call you. Majority of the times, that's when you know they were actually out on holiday. Majority of the time, that's when they go on a birthday. Those ones here know graduate and they don't think about you. That's why Vikendi, invite ku event yake, don't force yourself. Don't force yourself, because people, they don't forget people who are important in your life. Why? Because they are too important to forget.
True.
So people remind you on your value because of how they treat you. Watch the message, watch how they treat you, and be careful about these energy black holes. So the war was venting, the war is disappearing and reappearing.
With
the Jonah
more
effect. I'm about to disappear 3 days. Also, but after 3, the next thing. Yeah. So these are energy black holes. So we need to be very careful about them. Then there's a category of people who are passive aggressive. They express negativity indirectly. And that's why one of the things that we find is the type of compliments that they give you. Sarcasm loaded.
All the time.
No manager service. Matenga motors. No roads edu mota inorarama ere. Mwana mimi wairi sochikoro. Kwakanaka but this is actually manager ere. Basa rakanaka but company yako ine drama chitongoshinga. Wagona ukutsukira mazano asukuzora. So imagine those people who can't give you a compliment in fair without adding a bit of sarcasm to it. Wakawanda. And majority of them, guess what? You even call them friends.
Yeah.
They don't handle the fact that it's happening to you. They can't process the fact that it's now happening to Vikendi. So they have no problems with what's happening, but the problem with the identity of the person who is associated with that. Yeah, that's you. So these people, they are literally thriving in terms of giving you sarcasm, silent treatment, and be careful about those people who are silent treatment or understatic. And those usually forget commitments. And subtle sabotage. You know, majority of the sabotage that you experience in life does not come from foreigners or from strangers. They come from people who know you.
True.
Just one word. Okay. All right. Boardroom weekend. When opportunity is being mentioned for you, they will tell you, Kendi arakusumuka, but I really don't think the stage is right for her. We need to give you a time. No sabotage when vanu arujamanga in boardroom. Boardroom sabotage no. Let's wait for the next one. And when is the next one? So sabotage comes from sometimes from the least places that we expect it. And at times it comes from people we expect to stand for us. That's why Vikendi, measure a person's friendship to you based on what they do in your absence. Be careful about my message. I don't care about ondundura. I care about why are they so comfortable.
Exactly.
I don't care. Why were they so comfortable to say all that nonsense in your presence?
Yeah.
So we need to be very careful about these people who are passively aggressive. In majority of the times, a sworn enemy is better than a friend who is lying to be a friend to you.
True say.
In majority of the times, on Rwanda, you're surrounded by enemies who are disguised.
As
and they're trying to disguise themselves as friends. They're not even friends. What the things, and that's why, if you knew some of the things that your best, in quotes, best friends talk about you in your absence, you stop saying bestie. If you knew my secrets are all the you reduce the use of the word best friend. Because my secrets are not leaked in my best friends.
Yeah.
And guess what? We trust not knowing the true intentions of people.
Anzi boardroom up matara chokwadi, I've been there. People are very evil in a very nice way.
Imagine.
In a very professional way.
Eloquent sabotage. Eloquent sabotage. Actually, I really think this opportunity to reach someone who is more experienced. Because Imi, Muruka has been working all the way up. For us to get this stage, give them. ndozvekubhora zviya memory busy kutyirwa makumbo uku kuti muqualify ndinoona kuti we're going to take international people to play represent us kuti imi kwese kwataityirwa kuzasuku. Why are you ignoring that? And this is the reason why we think many people we need to take time to introspect. Are you not actually sabotaging other people? Are you not sabotaging?
Sure.
And majority of the times we can be careful about one also sabotage vachitaura nendimi. Ukanyiwa nemunhu anotaura nendimi hauponi.
Yes.
The next category of people, these are the narcissists. And vakazara.
Yeah.
Vanhu vakawanda vamacows game home vachimurura manarcissist imi. So these people so every conversation is actually about them. It's focusing on them, nothing else. So everything eventually it has to come back to me. Your next vehicle you're taking away weekend, it has to come back to me. Everything is about them. And Vaka wonder. And I know one of the problems that I find with this type of people is their obsession and addiction to constant praise. They love admiration, they love attention. And they don't even have empathy for other people. That's why one of the biggest things, beyond saying, God, give me a guy who fears you, give a person who is empathetic.
It's the most important thing.
Someone who is human, not just a being. You need a human. Someone who puts themselves in your shoes. And once they put themselves in your shoes, they get to understand you better.
The worst person is to be
I'm telling you. So you find,
empathy is big.
Exactly. Because you find majority of the times to talk about mental health nowadays, mental dishealth. Because right now, every workplace, I'm talking about mental health. Some of it looked over pan over bazapacho. Could one person they are talking about BP. One person. Akangokona anozvanadzwa kusvota inini kuti imi uzati mauri bina masterclass witchcraft remi kana wakurwadzwa nemunhu anozvifambira. So we need to be very, very careful about this, because majority of the time these are the things that are fighting us all the time because of these people called narcissists. So why is it these people actually drain you? Because these people, everything is about performance. They actually want you to just be applauding. They want you to just be saying they're demigod and so forth. And guess what? It's draining. Be careful, Vikendi, about an environment where people don't allow you to also contribute. Majority of the times in organization, that one thing that shows you that your organization is going down is when you don't accommodate room for the alternative view. When it's this guy who is on the board is always right, that's a sure sign that you're going down. Because you're not perfect. Create a room where people can be boosted, inspired, motivated. If you're a leader of an organization, check your success with an amount of energy that you're putting in the organization. Remove toxicity. Majority of the times, toxicity is a function of leadership. It's because of the culture that you create that normalizes the way that people are behaving. And the next time, and the next level of danger is when toxicity becomes normal. And it's really guys right now as we speak. Kuna machicha tori toxic right now as we speak. Awuroto mwamvura wapi hochichi we. Unoto yani yako uva kumbaye we. Awunodya food yanzu ya munhu waMwari. Waochika wene sona baba wako. Right now wavunze. Mavunize atomuziki mwangu atomboziki nzino mvura munhu waMwari mwaye atoidi. You be promoted glory. Aba mese mrutu dai na udenga tuna mara Mwari. Ime be careful about the environment that you're creating.
Yeah.
Follow me on social media. If you want to join my groups for free, 078 0055 152. Just say Star FM 078 0055 152. I'll send you a link.
Thank you so much. We look forward to doing this again next week, same time, Arthur.
I'll create time. We're going to talk about habit vampires and also some of the things that actually some vampires are We're actually going to do that. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. We're also live. You can go watch and share with someone. Very important. Star FM, do stand by for the news.
Total Energies is giving one lucky fan